Stop everything you're doing right now, because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind into a million pieces. There's a South African coin from the year 2000, a simple 5 rand piece that people use to buy bread and milk, and certain versions of this coin have sold for more money than a luxury sports car. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not using clickbait. I'm talking about verified auction results, where bidders went absolutely insane competing for this modern coin. Someone, somewhere right now, has one of these in a jar or old wallet and has absolutely no idea they're literally throwing away a fortune. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes these coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you'll be frantically searching through everything you own. The year 2000 marked a special milestone for South Africa and the entire world. As humanity crossed into a new millennium, there was an atmosphere of celebration, reflection, and hope for the future. South Africa decided to honor this moment by issuing a commemorative 5 rand coin featuring one of the most iconic figures in modern history, Nelson Mandela. This wasn't just another coin. This was a tribute to a man who transformed a nation, who spent 27 years in prison fighting for freedom, who emerged without bitterness to lead his country into a new era of democracy and reconciliation. The symbolism embedded in this coin resonates with people across the globe, regardless of nationality or background. The design of the 2000 Mandela 5 rand coin captures both artistic excellence and profound meaning. The obverse features a striking portrait of Nelson Mandela, rendered with incredible detail that brings his dignified features to life. Every line, every contour of his face tells a story of struggle, perseverance, and ultimate triumph. The reverse side displays South Africa's coat of arms, surrounded by text in multiple languages, celebrating the nation's diversity and unity. The technical execution is flawless, utilizing the mint's most advanced striking techniques to create coins with mirror-like fields, frosted devices, and razor-sharp details that collectors obsess over. Now here's where things get absolutely wild, where the story transforms from interesting to absolutely shocking. The South African Mint produced these coins in several different versions, and the differences between them represent the gap between spare change and life-changing wealth. They struck standard circulation coins in cupro-nickel alloy meant for everyday transactions. These entered the money supply by the millions, passing from hand to hand, accumulating wear and damage. But they also produced special collector versions in proof condition, struck multiple times with polished dies on specially prepared planchettes. And then, in extremely limited quantities, they created versions in precious metals, including sterling silver and pure gold. The gold-proof versions are where values reach truly astronomical levels. These coins were struck in limited numbers, with some sources indicating mintages below 1,000 pieces for certain specifications. They were never intended for circulation, never meant to be spent in shops or markets. Instead, they were carefully packaged in elegant presentation cases with certificates of authenticity, marketed exclusively to serious collectors and investors who understood their potential significance. From the moment of their creation, these gold proofs were treated as treasures, and the market has rewarded that recognition with prices that defy belief. At a major international auction held 3 years ago, a 2000 Mandela R5 gold-proof graded PR 70 deep cameo by NGC appeared on the auction block. The pre-sale estimate suggested it might bring somewhere between $20,000 and $30,000. What actually happened shocked everyone in attendance. Bidding opened aggressively with multiple participants immediately jumping in with strong offers. As the price climbed past $50,000, some bidders dropped out, but others remained determined. The tension in the room became palpable as the bidding pushed past $70,000, then $80,000. When the hammer finally fell, the final price, including buyer's premium, exceeded $135,000 for a single coin from the year 2000. Let that sink in for a moment. That sale wasn't an isolated anomaly or artificial price manipulation. Multiple high-grade examples of the 2000 Mandela gold proof have sold for six-figure sums through various channels, including private treaty sales, international auctions, and specialized dealer transactions. The market for these coins is genuine, liquid, and incredibly robust. Collectors from Asia, Europe, the Middle East, and the Americas compete fiercely for quality examples, driving prices to levels that would have seemed impossible just a decade ago. What creates such extraordinary value in a relatively modern coin? The answer involves multiple factors working together synergistically. First, there's the Nelson Mandela connection. His global stature has only grown since 2000, and his legacy as a champion of human rights, reconciliation, and peaceful change resonates across cultural and political boundaries. Collectors who might have no particular interest in South African coins specifically seek out Mandela-related items because of what he represents. This dramatically expands the potential market beyond traditional numismatists. Second, the limited mintage creates genuine scarcity. When only a few hundred or few thousand examples of a particular version exist worldwide, and when those pieces are distributed among collectors who typically hold rather than sell, the available supply becomes extremely constrained. Basic economic principles dictate that when demand significantly exceeds supply, prices rise dramatically. In the case of top-grade 2000 Mandela gold proofs, dozens or even hundreds of collectors might be seeking examples, while only one or two become available in any given year. Third, condition matters enormously in determining value. The difference between a PR69 grade and a PR70 grade might seem trivial to casual observers, but in the marketplace, it can represent a value difference of $50,000 or more. That single point on the grading scale, that infinitesimal difference in surface quality, separates the very best from the absolute finest. Collectors pursuing registry sets or building world-class collections will pay whatever it takes to acquire that PR70 example, knowing it represents the peak of what's possible. Grading these coins requires extraordinary expertise and equipment. Professional graders examine the surfaces under high-powered magnification, searching for any imperfections that might preclude the highest grade. They're looking for contact marks, hairlines, spots, discoloration, or any other flaws. They evaluate the strike quality, ensuring every detail transferred completely from the dies to the coin. They assess the eye appeal, considering how the coin presents visually. Even among technically perfect coins, some possess that special something that makes them truly exceptional, and graders recognize and reward that quality. The market for these coins has evolved in fascinating ways over the past 2 decades. Initially, when they were first released, interest was strong, but prices were relatively modest. A gold proof might sell for a few $1,000s, a significant premium over face value, but nothing like current levels. As years passed and Mandela's stature continued growing, especially after his death in 2013, demand began accelerating. Major collectors started actively pursuing these coins, willing to pay substantial premiums for quality examples. Auction records were broken repeatedly as new buyers entered the market. Authentication is critically important because the financial stakes are so high. Counterfeiters have produced fake 2000 Mandela coins, some quite sophisticated, targeting the most valuable versions. These fakes attempt to deceive buyers into paying huge sums for worthless forgeries. Reputable third-party grading services employ advanced technology to detect counterfeits, including microscopic dye characteristic analysis, metal composition testing, and comparison against exemplar databases. Never purchase an expensive example without certification from NGC, PCGS, SANGS, or another recognized authority. The few $100s spent on authentication could save you from a 6-figure mistake. The stories surrounding these coins are absolutely captivating. There's a documented case of a woman in Johannesburg who purchased a complete set of 2000 Millennium coins directly from the mint as an investment. She stored them carefully in a safe deposit box and essentially forgot about them for 15 years. When she finally retrieved them to settle her estate planning, she contacted a dealer for an appraisal. The dealer nearly fainted when he examined the coins under magnification. The gold Mandela proof was pristine, absolutely flawless, and had developed gorgeous original toning. After professional grading and authentication, that single coin sold for over $90,000. Her initial investment of approximately 3,000 rand had appreciated by more than 4,000%. These discovery stories happen more often than you'd imagine. Coins get purchased with good intentions, stored away safely, and then forgotten as life happens. People move houses, deal with family emergencies, focus on careers and children, and those coins sit undisturbed in their protective cases. Years or decades later, someone rediscovers them and faces the exciting prospect of determining their current value. Sometimes the results are disappointing, but other times, they're absolutely life-changing. Even the standard circulation versions can be valuable under certain circumstances. While the typical well-circulated 2000 Mandela R5 might be worth only face value or a small premium, uncirculated examples preserved in original mint condition command significant prices. A coin that never entered circulation, never got dropped or scratched, still possesses its original luster and strike quality, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on exact grade. If you have access to coins from this era that were saved rather than spent, professional evaluation is absolutely essential. There are also varieties and errors that multiply value exponentially. Some 2000 Mandela coins exhibit striking variations, die differences, or production errors that make them unique. A double die variety, where design elements appear doubled due to die manufacturing issues, can transform a common coin into a rarity worth tens of thousands. Off-center strikes, wrong planchette errors, and other dramatic mistakes create coins that major error collectors will compete fiercely to acquire. Always examine coins carefully under magnification before assuming they're ordinary. The investment potential for high-quality examples remains exceptional. Market analysts consistently rank the 2000 Mandela Gold Proof among the strongest performers in the modern world coin category. The combination of historical significance, Nelson Mandela's enduring legacy, limited mintage, international demand, and strong market liquidity creates ideal conditions for long-term appreciation. Financial advisors specializing in tangible assets often recommend rare coins as portfolio diversification, and pieces like the 2000 Mandela Gold Proof represent the type of blue-chip numismatic material that serious investors pursue. Preservation becomes crucial once you've identified a potentially valuable coin. Never clean coins under any circumstances, as even the gentlest cleaning destroys original surfaces and obliterates value. Handle coins only by their edges, never touching the obverse or reverse where fingerprint oils cause permanent damage. Store them in appropriate holders specifically designed for coins, in environments with stable temperature and humidity. If you suspect you have something valuable, minimize handling completely and seek professional evaluation immediately. The difference between proper care and careless handling can literally mean tens of thousands of dollars. The global marketplace ensures that geographic location doesn't limit selling opportunities. Major auction houses conduct internet-based sales that attract bidders from every continent simultaneously. Specialized dealers maintain extensive want lists and will pay premium prices to acquire inventory their clients desire. The 2000 Mandela coin has particular appeal in markets where Mandela is revered as a universal symbol of freedom, which includes virtually every developed nation. This broad international demand provides excellent liquidity and supports strong prices. Looking forward, the future for these coins appears extraordinarily bright. As we move further from the year 2000, as Nelson Mandela's place in history becomes even more firmly cemented, and as attrition continues reducing the supply of pristine examples, values should continue appreciating steadily. Museums, institutional collections, and wealthy private collectors will compete for the finest pieces, ensuring robust market support. The 2000 Mandela R5 represents a tangible connection to one of history's most admired figures and a pivotal moment in time, giving it enduring appeal that transcends typical numismatic collecting. The broader lesson extends beyond just this specific coin. Modern commemorative issues, particularly those honoring genuinely significant historical figures and produced with limited mintages in precious metals, deserve serious consideration as collectibles and investments. What seems commonplace today might become extraordinarily valuable tomorrow as time passes and historical perspective develops. The collectors who recognize the potential of the 2000 Mandela coin early have been handsomely rewarded, and similar opportunities undoubtedly exist with other modern issues. If this video has opened your eyes to the incredible value hiding in plain sight, if you're now seeing modern coins as potential treasures rather than simple currency, you need to take action right now. Share this video with everyone you know, especially anyone with connections to South Africa or interest in Nelson Mandela memorabilia. Family members, friends, colleagues, anyone who might have coins from this era needs to see this information immediately. Hit that like button because producing content with this level of detailed research and verified information takes enormous effort and expertise. And, absolutely, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now so you never miss another revelation about valuable coins that could be waiting in your own collection. Your fortune might be sitting in a drawer just waiting to be discovered, and the knowledge you've gained here today could be the key that unlocks financial opportunities you never dreamed possible. Don't let this information go to waste. Take action, check your coins, and who knows, you might be the next person with an incredible discovery story to tell.